Thanks for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Nisha Charles. Coming up, the Dominica leader defends the Economic Citizenship Programme, agriculture and job creation to form part of the 2015-2016 budget address, and the private sector discusses the Consumer Rights Bill 2015. Details of our headline stories and more after this.
Children, yell and tell. If someone tries to abuse you, tell until someone believes you and they do something about it.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
You're watching GIS.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has revealed some of the areas that will take precedence during the next budget address come July 24th, 2015. The Dominica leader spoke to DBS Radio earlier this week. Areas of focus will include infrastructure, agriculture, and job creation.
No country has been immune to the 2008 financial crisis, but there are certain important matters which we have to carry through as a country in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the economy and job creation, things like the abattoir and the operationalization of the abattoir. So these are critical areas that we have to continue to focus on as we move forward into a new financial year. The important measures insofar as tourism is concerned, agriculture also will be continuing to highlight the very importance of agriculture. Our continued efforts towards small business and expanding the private sector is critical. The housing program will continue, making access to financing available to many middle-class families, people who would like to contract loans at the banks to do the businesses and so forth. In large measure, we'll be focusing on some imperatives in agriculture, and tourism, the services, and job creation. But also critically too, one of the areas you will see some attention being placed on this, about our own individual responsibility to ourselves and to our country. And it's important for us to send a message that each one of us, if we want the country to get to a particular point in time, then we have to make a contribution to that endeavor, to that effort. We will be calling on people to take on certain responsibilities and to make a greater contribution to their own development and the development of the country.
The 2015-2016 budget address will form part of the third meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament on July 24th, 2015 from 10 a.m. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit is defending the Economic Citizenship Programme. He says the program is a vital part of growth and job creation in Dominica and should be embraced by all Dominicans. During his address at the closing ceremony of the celebrations of Petrocarib's 10th anniversary last Friday, the Honorable Prime Minister said several countries around the world have done well through such programs.
You hear people talk about the Economic Citizenship Programme. All sorts of aspersions are cast on. But you hear nothing coming out of Cyprus that has had the program for many years. The United States has an economic program which grants you the green card, where tens of thousands of Chinese nationals have invested hundreds of billions of dollars in the United States of America under the EB-5 program. Malta has an economic citizenship program. Portugal has had one. Canada was a pioneer in economic citizenship program. They stopped it about 3 years ago. And at the time they stopped it, they had 60,000 applications within the system. And people give you the impression as if the only place that has that program is in Dominica. And it is this devil that we have to get rid of. And then we find ourselves as citizens of Dominica being quoted, making malicious and unfounded statements about the program, seeking to undermine the program and therefore remove from the feet of Dominicans, under the feet of Dominicans, a very important tool for economic activity, growth and job creation in the country. Jobs that we all are yearning for, better paying jobs that we all are yearning for.
A recent inclusion of the program has been the Citizenship by Investment arm, which so far has attracted investors, including the Range Capital Partners Dominica Limited, to build a 100-plus luxury room hotel in Portsmouth. The Economic Citizenship Programme, which was started in 1999, gives potential investors an opportunity to contribute to Dominica's economy in exchange for Dominican citizenship. With Dominica's mountain chicken in perilous low numbers, the nation's Forestry Division and Veterinary Services are taking action to ensure that the species does not go extinct on the island. Chief Veterinary Officer Dr. Reginald Thomas says a key factor in combating their extinction is to better understand the state of the remaining wild population through field and technical research. He says advanced diagnostic techniques have made it easier to identify the chytridiomycosis fungus in infected species.
It's called PCR, where we are able to swab that frog and pick up the DNA of the disease using that technology. So apart from the clinical manifestations that we see, we are able to even go down to the genetics and actually pick up the disease. This technology is advanced in this sense that it, as I indicated earlier, actually deals with the DNA of the disease. So once the disease has presented, we are able to detect it.
Dr. Thomas noted that swab samples have also been sent to the United Kingdom for further testing. He revealed that through the Banana Accompanying Measures BAM program, the division was able to purchase advanced machinery that will increase efficiency and better detect small traces of the fungus. The chief veterinarian added that measures are being taken to prevent the spread and reinfection of frogs in the wild.
The biosecurity actually begins with the field technicians in terms of the management that they put in place before going into the infected areas. We have a pretty good idea where the infected areas were, and it kind of links with where the active populations were. So they take precautions in terms of their clothing, gloves, boots. But when we get a wild animal, of course, it's always difficult to quarantine an animal in the wild. So what we have been actually doing is taking swabs. Once we find positive, they were already identified, we can go back into that environment and extract the animal depending on its state. So if we think that it's going to be beneficial to try to save the animal based on its state, then we would take that animal into a quarantine facility, treat that animal, and continue that process.
The chief veterinarian officer was speaking to GIS News along with the members of the Forestry Division on Tuesday. The alert, no refund, commonly seen at business places, may soon be a thing of the past. Words from Director of Trade Mathan Walter as he addressed an opening ceremony of a private sector consultation on the Draft Consumer Protection Bill 2015. The consultation will help the private sector to better understand that bill. They will also have the opportunity to make comments and recommendations.
Most importantly, the private sector is given an opportunity to make comments on areas or provisions of the bill of concern to them. These comments will inform the bill going forward, thereby allowing for a bill which embraces wholesomely Dominica's unique circumstances.
Walter says the journey towards a completed bill began prior to 2008 with a CARICOM harmonized draft bill. He says the bill has been amended several times over the years, and previous consultations have also been held with various stakeholders, including the public sector.
All in an effort to ensure that the end result is a refined bill which allows for ownership by both the private and the public sector. The Ministry of Trade has already held a public sector consultation, but the journey continues.
Lack of a set of defined consumer protection laws have undoubtedly left consumers exposed. Walter says in the absence of such a legislative framework, a myriad of complaints have been filed with the Ministry of Trade.
In the absence of the required legislation, this ministry has been bombarded with complaints ranging from warranties, substandard goods, false misleading advertisements, and non-refunds on returnable items. Moral persuasion is being used in the said absence of legislation.
This bill will address some of these issues and others.
The bill addresses issues related to the establishment of a Consumer Affairs Commission, consumer rights, duties of suppliers, unfair trading practices, consumer safety, recall of goods, distance selling, the establishment of a rapid alert system, and consumer agreements, to name a few. The signs that are placed on business places with the words, "No refund," may soon be a thing of the past.
Walter says the ministry has filed an application with the Caribbean Development Bank for grant funding to expedite the establishment of the bill. A delegation from the CARICOM Secretariat is facilitating the consultation. You're watching National Focus. Still to come, 3 appointed to the Public Service Board of Appeal. Stay with us.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Welcome back. 3 persons have been chosen to sit on the Public Service Board of Appeal. Heather Felix Evans, appointed as chairman of the board, Clem Bruno and Louisa John Baptist are now part of that board. The 3 took their oath of office on Wednesday before His Excellency the President of Dominica, Charles A. Sanvre. Section 93 and 94 of the Constitution provides for the establishment of a Public Service Board of Appeal, consisting of a chairman appointed by the President, acting in his own deliberate judgment, 1 member appointed by the President, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, and 1 member appointed by the President, acting in accordance with the advice of an appropriate representative body. The Public Service Board of Appeal is required to address disputes arising from any decision of the President, acting in accordance with the advice of the Public Service Commission, or any decision of the Public Service Commission itself, or confirm action of a decision by any person to whom its powers were delegated, to remove a public officer from office, or to exercise disciplinary control over an officer. The term of office of the members of the appellate body is 3 years. President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, is thankful for opportunities made available by the Dominica Labour Party government towards the overall success of the college and the nation's youth. Dr. Peters says the housing of the ICT Center for Excellence at the Dominica State College is testimony to government's commitment to the institution.
All universities all over the world talk about internationalization. In other words, universities today cannot survive by being an abstract or local or parochial organization. And the State College is only 13 years old, but I'm here. I want to thank the government of Dominica and the government of India for partnering with us on this project for excellence in ICT in Dominica. The Center for Excellence will provide opportunities, as the minister indicated, for us to develop high-tech students who can help our country and our economy.
According to Dr. Peters, striving for excellence is not a new mantra to the State College. He says over the years the college has had notable achievements and will continue to take steps to produce highly educated and well-rounded individuals. He revealed that the college is currently exploring new avenues to do just that.
We have also signed a contract with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the government of Dominica, the government of Ecuador, government of St. Vincent, and the University of West Indies to provide English as a second language for 40 Ecuadorian teachers beginning in this fall. This is one. We're in contact with the People's Republic of China to set up a Confucius Mandarin Institute for teaching Mandarin and Chinese at the Dominica State College. And also, as we speak, my birthday is going to be talking to people in Canada on a project for agriculture in terms of agro-business that we are now embarking on for farmers all over the country. So the college, as a young institution, is already spreading its wings as an international institution, and we want to thank the government of Dominica for the insight to bring us in the foreign affairs to work with them to help develop Dominica, help develop our students.
And before we leave, here's an announcement. The Ministry of Health and Environment, through the Health Promotion Resource Center, invites submissions for a poetry competition on no tobacco under the theme, Beware of Tobacco, It's a Killer. The competition is open to nationals 16 years and over. Poems should make reference to or focus on one of the following articles of the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, Article 8, Protection of the Public from Exposure to Tobacco Smoke, Article 11, Packaging and Labeling of Tobacco Products, or Article 13, Tobacco Advertising, Promotion and Sponsorship. The poem should be no longer than 20 lines. The winner will receive a cash prize and a reading at the National Island Literary Festival 2015. Submissions can be done via hard copy to the Customer Service Center, ground floor, Government Headquarters, or electronically via healthpromotion.gov.dm. Only one submission per entrant. For more information on the competition and the articles of the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, go to Health Promotion Resource Center Facebook page or Health Promotion website at www.healthpromotion.gov.dm. Entries close on July 30th, 2015. And that's the English news. Coming up next, why drinking enough water is good for you.
You're watching GIS.
Having your daily intake of water has multiple benefits. Besides the fact that your body is more than 60% water, drinking water helps maintain a balance of your body's fluids. Water can also help control your calories, and water energizes your muscles, preventing muscle fatigue. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Nisha Charles. Thanks for watching, and do join us again next time on National Focus.